Welcome to another production of ParkTV 16 Sports. We are on location at the home of Benilde St. Margaret's Red Knights, and this is their home opener in a non-conference tilt against the Irondale Knights. Obviously, opening night for both squads. And I don't have a lot to say about the Red Knights because they don't have any history, but I can tell you there's a great crowd on hand here. There are temperatures around 63 degrees. Very little wind as I look out at the flags. And the Red Knights have just taken the field. Irondale just took the field. You can see them across the way. My name is Robert Christensen, and we're at the McQuinn Athletic Complex. Glad you're with us. Varsity football on tap. Life is good in Minnesota when football season is on. And let's talk about what Benilde here has for a squad. Their first, and they have 2 or 3 captains. I guess they have 2. Brady Wine, a defensive back, senior, 5'11", 180 pounds. And the other captain, Ryan Seaver, running back, linebacker, 6'1", also a senior. And we're about to begin. Irondale has lost the toss, or maybe they didn't, but they have elected or are going to be kicking off. We're still waiting for the Red Knights, and we're about to get underway here. 12 minutes on the clock. We're going to play 4 quarters. Again, glad you're with us at ParkTV 16 Sports. Set to kick off for Irondale, and deep for Benilde is number 2. Will Fratelloni. To his left, number 22, that is Luke Fradine. And we are underway, game 1 here in this non-conference tilt. The kickoff by number 22 for Irondale. That was Blake Helen, 185-pound, also linebacker, and that is picked up, and the ball's on the turf, or is that a helmet? Big hit there by Irondale. They're out of the Suburban East Conference. Great tackle there, I believe, by number 29. Let's look at the replay as we saw Fradine take it on the bounce, found a nice hole there, and then he met right there and went straight down. Number 29, I believe, on the hit, Cam Kwame. Okay, now Benilde starts out. At quarterback for Benilde, number 8, that is Jamarius Courtney, the junior, in the shotgun, and the handoff, and he is stuffed right in the middle. In on the tackle for Irondale, number 89, that is Levi Casa, right there, and he stuffs that run. So it will now be second and 10. No gain on the play. We're on the 27-yard line. Second and 12. 2-yard loss on that. And in the shotgun, back to pass, looking for room, and he goes down. The tackle this time made by number 35 for Irondale. That is Micah Hernandez, 250-pound, 6-foot defensive lineman, broke through. And unfortunately for number 8, Courtney, nowhere to go. And now it's third and a long way for Benilde on their first drive as we approach 11 minutes remaining. Just underway here from McQuinn Athletic Complex. Slight drizzle out there, but all things said, a beautiful night. Nobody has umbrellas out. Doesn't seem to be affecting either team. Now, Courtney back to pass. Plenty of time. Nobody open. There is right in the middle. He missed him, and now he runs right. He missed number 2. Fratelloni was wide open at the 29-yard line, and unfortunately, Courtney was not able to see him, even though he had plenty of time. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Clock continues to run. 10:30 remaining. So a 3-and-out for the Red Knights as we watch the end of that play. And I'm surprised that the clock has continued to run because it looked like that he was out of bounds there. So now, back to punt. Number 37 for Benilde, or 27, Joey Mernon. Or no, 37, that's Andrew Walters, the sophomore. And he gets it off, punt. They're waving it off. It's going to be short at about the 45, and it's going to be down at the 46, 6.5-yard line. So after their first drive, a 3-and-out, lost yardage on a 3-and-21. Irondale with excellent field position here. Clock stopped with 9:57 to go. And let's see what Irondale can bring on offense. If it's anything like their defense, And now at quarterback, number 9 will lead the Irondale Knights. That is Connor Cavall. Senior quarterback, 5'9", 180 pounds. In the shotgun and the give in the middle, and he gets taken right down. So Benilde's defense answers right back on the tackle. Number 10 for Benilde. If we look at the replay, Ryan Seaver making the play in on the tackle. Also number 74, Brian Banks. That'll bring up a 2nd and 10, ball at the 45. So this could be indicative. We're in for a defensive struggle here tonight. At the quarterback, number 9, Connor Cavall, the handoff and the tackle made by number 1 for Benilde. That is Brady Wine, the senior captain, on the carry, number 11. CJ Ritchie. Oh, that was a quick little swing pass. So sometimes I'm looking down at the names and I can't always look up at the action, but nevertheless, it's going to bring up 3rd and 1. So 9 yards on that pass out into the flat. And again, in the shotgun. And these high school teams are always in the shotgun. They never are under center. Not a criticism, just an observation. And now the handoff, and that's going to be a loss on 3rd and 1. Big time play. And again, number 10 steps up. Brian Seaver, the senior captain, and the handoff to number 7 for Irondale, Jalen Lloyd, gets stuffed, and that's going to bring up a 4th and 1. And I think you're in that no man's land in high school football, especially where it's a field goal is probably out of the question, and a punt would seem maybe a net of 16 yards. So now 4th and 1. Big play here in the first quarter. 8:09 remaining. In the shotgun, double wing friend. He gets tripped up, and he might have just gotten it barely. So a short gain is going to get the first down. The handoff was to number 7, Jalen Lloyd. Also a senior running back, 5'9", 165. And there was a little bit of a mix-up, and number 21 for Benilde, Antonio Fondren Jr. almost wrecked that play, but it's going to be a 1st and 10 from the 34. The first down of the game, again in the shotgun, and now rolling left and the option, and he keeps it, number 9. That is Connor Cavall. Gets a gain of maybe 8 yards. Clock stopped, having gone out of bounds, 2:41. Now they come in with the play, substitutions. 2nd and 3 from the 27-yard line. Score still 0-0 here. Opening night at McQuinn Complex Center, and this is a brand new turf here, if you haven't noticed. Gorgeous. Now the quick handoff right up the middle, and now it's stopped after a 4, maybe 5-yard gain as he gets it to about the 19-yard line. And that's going to be another first down for the Knights of Irondale. In on the tackle, number 51 for Benilde. That is Daniel Porich, the other tri-captain for the Red Knights. Now substitutions on Irondale, none on Benilde's side. 1st and 10. So catch up here from the 19.5-yard line. 7:16 remaining. Oh, excuse me, the 23. 24 and a half. Oh, quick pass on the right side, overthrown. Is that going to be a lateral? Boy, you want to get on that just in case it's not, because if it goes behind the line of scrimmage or it's back, that's a fumble. But it looked like it was just enough of a forward pass. But boy, those can be, I don't know if that was a forward pass, but it did go out of bounds. And they are going to move him back. That was not a forward pass. So there is a mental mistake by the Knights that's going to march him back. So a break for the Red Knights. So we have the Knights and the Red Knights here tonight.
2nd down and 16 from the 30.
So now 2nd and 16 from the 30. Advantage Red Knights here. A chance to try to thwart this drive. 2 first downs into it. In the shotgun once again, and the stop right there. Oh, and the misdirection even faked me out. That's the quarterback, Cavall. He makes a move at the 9 and brings it in, and we got to go to the replay. And what a great job by that quarterback, Cavall. He even faked me out. Not that that's that hard to do, of course, but my, what a well-executed play. And boy, did they set it up, because they were doing this little dive play all morning, or all of first quarter, and then he kept it. Was that a missed? I wonder if that was a broken play. It's hard to say. I'd like to see it again, Paul. A nice move there by Cavall. feeding the corner there, number 1, Brady Wine. And now they are going to kick it. In for the kick, number 17, that is Nathan Hansen. And it's 7-0. That first score comes with 6:58 to go, first quarter. And let's look at the replay. There's Kaval, and that's the double backfield. I don't even know what you call that. Wishbone, yeah, that's what it is. And no, that was just a great fake, wasn't it? He had it all the way in there and took it out. Let's see it again. I think it was just a fake, but that's how good the fake was, that it almost looked like a broken play. I think that speaks to the brilliance of that fake handoff, if that's in fact what it was. So 7-0 our score here from Benilde-St. Margaret's. And there's a nice look at a beautiful brand new field. We were doing lacrosse games here last spring, and then they were gonna put it in and move the lacrosse game, and then they played it instead. We were here last night at ParkTV 16 Sports for a 7-0 win by the Benilde boys soccer team. And now Benilde will get their second chance on offense. And in to kick off is number 29 for the Knights. That's Cam Kwame. He is a junior backup quarterback, 6 foot, 200-pound kicker. And now they're gonna change balls or give him the ball. And he's gonna set it down. Kickers want to put that ball at exactly the right angle. And back to receive the kick once again, number 2, Will Fratelloni, along with number 22, that's Luke Fredine. Let's see if the Red Knights can get a better drive here in drive number 2. Again, 6:58 to go, quarter number 1, comes back. That is to Fredine. He takes it above his head. He'll come to the near side at the 20. Now the 25, he cuts up and goes across the 30 and is taken down by number 21 for Irondale. That is Jabara Davis, but not before. A nice, decent run back, giving Benilde better field position than their first drive, and they're gonna mark it at the 34. Now Benilde's gonna go no huddle right away as we look at the replay. Nice tackle there by the Knight. And Fredine really read his blocks well there, I felt. And back in at quarterback, number 8 for Benilde, Jamarius Courtney, the junior. In the shotgun, single setback left, 4 wide receivers in motion. Now the handoff, coming on the near side, cutting back up nicely, and gets taken down at the 41-yard line for a gain of 7. That'll make it 2nd and 3, so a much better start here for Benilde, and they're going no huddle again. In the backfield, that is number 22. Again, Luke Fredine. So Fredine and Courtney in the backfield. 4 wide receivers, 2 on either side. The quick pass and the slot, and he breaks over the 45 to the 48-yard line. Courtney delivered the ball. And let's see. Look at the receiver block right there. Able to get the ball to number 2, Will Fratelloni. And now a 1st and 10. Much better start for the Red Knights from their own 47. 6:10 remaining, clock winding down. Now the handoff. No, Courtney keeps it, and he's caught behind the line for a loss. That'll be a 5-yard loss from the 47 down to the 42, maybe 43-yard line. Let's look at the replay. And was that? No, that was a misdirection. Fake handoff, run all the way, and look at number 35 break through that line of scrimmage. That was Micah Hernandez. Okay, that brings up a 2nd and long, 15. Courtney in the backfield. Fredine to his left, 4 wide receivers. Same set every time. Quick pass, incomplete in the middle. Referees blow the play dead. And let's see what happened here. Courtney back to pass, quick little pass, and
15 from the 40.
yeah, I don't even know if that was a receiver. I thought that was the offensive left tackle, actually, that he threw it off of. So, I don't know. Maybe, well, that's true. Could have been an ineligible receiver. Okay, 3rd and 15. And the quarterback draw, and Courtney gets it all the way up to the 49 before he gets tripped up, but that's going to bring up a 4th down and another punting situation. but much better field position. So I would say that was a good drive. They got a first down as we watch Courtney. He just gets tripped up there, and that is number 22 for Irondale. Made an excellent tackle coming from the right side. Blake Helen. Okay, back to punt. Number 34, Elliot Huther, the junior, gets it off. Wobbly punt, nobody over there, bounces at the 21, and they're gonna get a Benilde bounce. Oh, and they all the way to the 10, and I thought he picked it up a little soon there. Maybe just a little first game nerves on the recovery. Number 6, Sam Monk. But boy, I thought that ball could have rolled maybe another, at least a couple of yards. No one from Irondale was around there, but nevertheless, a great outcome here for the Red Knights when you're playing field position, which is very important in football. It's going to put Irondale back at their 10-yard line. Last drive, they started in Benilde territory, so better chance here for the defense for the Red Knights to get that ball back. Okay, here comes Irondale on their second drive, up 7-0, 4:47 remaining, quarter number 1. That is Caval with the wishbone backfield, and he is stopped right in the middle. So Benilde really doing an excellent job tonight, stuffing that run in the middle. In on the play, number 22, Fratelloni, playing both ways as we watch the handoff to number 3 for the Knights. That's Nasir Hale. He is a junior, 5'9", 175 running back. Okay. Coming out of the huddle, clock still running, 4:20 remaining. 2nd and 9 from the 12. Caval calling signals in the shotgun. Wishbone, back to pass, quick pass to the right, is caught, complete, out of bounds. Receiving is number 11, C.J. Ritchie. He is a senior wide receiver, 6'1", 200 pounds, and Caval quickly gets rid of that ball and put it in a nice position for the tall Caval, and it's going to be a first down for Irondale with 4:06 remaining. Now they'll start from their own 22. Quick snap, and Caval showing all kinds of elusiveness, cuts back against the grain and rushes it out to the 35, maybe the 36-yard line for another first down. No flags on the field, and Irondale is back in business on offense, and boy, this Caval is impressing me more and more. His ability to run and cut back is going to be an issue for the Red Knights. They're going to have to come up with an answer for that. So far, he has been killing him. Okay, here comes Irondale. 2 wide receivers left, wishbone formation in the backfield as they've done all evening. And now a whistle and a flag, usually against the offense in these situations. Benilde pointing their way, and let's see if we can get the signal here. 3:41 remaining, quarter number 1. And we got a false start, illegal procedure. So that'll send them back 5 yards. And that'll bring up 1st and 15 from the, we'll call it about the 30-yard line. Not a traditional huddle that the Knights like to use, but it doesn't have to look a certain way. Again, now 2 wide receivers left, none to the right. Wishbone backfield formation. Caval calling signals, and the quick handoff is stuffed right again. And the run defense for Benilde has been stellar again. Number 10 on the tackle, Ryan Seaver, the captain and the leader. And boy, is he leading by example. There's Caval on the replay and the quick dive, and there he comes. He smelled that out and single-handedly made that tackle. Ryan Seaver, the senior, impressing all over. 2-yard loss on the play. 2nd and 17. Ball at the 28. 3 minutes remaining. Quarter number 1. Caval, only a single back this time, and a false start. That 2nd penalty in the row. Number 3, Nasir Hale, guilty of that infraction, and that's going to send him back another 5 yards. So some mental mistakes here now, committed by the Knights, should give the Red Knights some momentum here. And now it's going to be 2nd and 23. And this is starting to feel like a critical part in this game. If Irondale gets a first down 2nd and 22, that's going to be a psychological blow to the Red Knights. So I feel it's very important that they can get them out and in punting situation the next 2 downs. 2:48 remaining. Trips left, single backfield this time. Caval with the shovel pass. Can he get to the sideline? Is there containment? He gets taken down at the 29. So after a short gain from the 22 to the 29, 7-yard gain. It's gonna bring up 3rd and 16 from the 29. So this is exactly the situation that Benilde wanted. And a critical play here early on in my estimation. 2:14 clock remaining in the first quarter. And we got the wishbone backfield. 2 wide receivers, single to each side, 1 to each side. Back to pass is Caval. Plenty of time, going deep on the fly pattern, and he overthrows his receiver number 2, Jiriad Hughes. And so a great sequence there for the Red Knights. And it's a punting situation for the first time tonight. That'll come with 1:55 remaining. 4th down for Irondale. As we look at Caval talking to the official, interested to know what they're talking about. I didn't see anything on the field to suggest, but he looks like he's also the punter, isn't he? That's why he's still in the field. And he's probably working the ref, as he should. All right, Caval back to punt. And back to receive for the Red Knights is, again, Fratelloni. He is a renaissance man on that team. Defense, offense, special teams. Successful snap, and that's a short kick. He comes up, takes it, and called a fair catch at the 46-yard line, and that will come with 1:49 remaining. And this will be the 3rd drive coming up for the Red Knights. They're just down 7-0 at home. This is their home opener. You're watching ParkTV 16 Sports. Glad you're with us. This very exciting home opener. Nice crowd on hand, big student section to the left, all standing the whole time. Good crowd on hand for Irondale on the road. They come from New Brighton, out of the suburban east. Okay, and now the Metro West Red Knights on their 3rd drive with excellent field position at the 46, their best drive position of the evening. Back to pass, Courtney dodges the rush, still tries to get through, and he still stays alive. Oh my goodness, he reminds me of Dante Culpepper out there, just his ability to stay on his feet, take those hits. Tough guy out there, Courtney. Here's the replay, back to pass, avoids the rush there beautifully, but not before he then runs into more Irondale Knights, and down he goes. And that's gonna be a net 1-yard loss. That pushes them back to the 45. So the Red Knights looking for some offensive angle here, yet to find their rhythm. Trips left, single wide, receiver right, and it comes to the right side. Nice pass complete to number 34, Elliot Huther, and that's a nice game for the Red Knights. And maybe those are the type of plays that are gonna work for them. Their best play, oh, we got a flag, maybe after the play. And they're gonna position that ball now at the 48, and here we got personal foul. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Irondale, and so this is the mental aspect of the game. That's gonna be a 5-yard penalty, it looks like. I think they have different, let's see if we can see it here on the replay. Courtney, quick pass, complete. There's the tackle, that looks clean, play is over, and then what do we got? I didn't see it. Yeah, away from the play. And now they're gonna mark it off, and now it is gonna be 15 yards, and this is huge. My goodness. That's their biggest gain of the night, the 15-yard penalty. But you know what? They don't make the rules, they don't call the game, and now they've got a golden opportunity here to try to capitalize. And that could be a theme of the game here. Can the Knights refrain from any more unsportsmanlike conduct? Those are mental mistakes that you can always make a mental mistake when you're trying to block, and of course, but these types of mistakes, and we didn't really see it, so it's hard for us to assess it, of course. If we look at Courtney, look to the right. Okay, trips left, wide receiver right, and Courtney's gonna keep it up the middle on the quarterback. dive, and he gets some yardage. Play was at the 33. It's going to bring up a second down as we look at the replay and the misdirection handoff. Well done by Courtney. And we're starting to see that the running game is going to come from the quarterback position here. We wait for a substitution. Courtney comes in from the sideline after getting the play. We'll call it 2nd and 5 from the 28. 24 seconds remaining. This could be the last play of the first quarter. Courtney now calling signals in the shotgun, trips left, looking left, going right, still looking, and the quick pass is intercepted by Irondale at the 20-yard line, stepping right in front for Irondale. As we look at the replay, we'll identify that player as he had time and he threw it and just did not see, and boy, he stepped right in front. Got 1 foot in, number 22 on the interception. Blake Helen, the senior linebacker, 6 foot, 185 pounds, steps in and stops that drive with 10 seconds remaining in quarter number 1. Tough play there for Benilde. Now they've got to play defense again and be resilient, don't they? With 10 seconds remaining. 1st and 10 from the 20. Probably the last play of the first quarter, the handoff, and that is stuffed for a loss. And the Red Knight defense playing stellar, and that is going to be the end of quarter number 1. And after 1, our score is 7-0. Come on back for quarter number 2.
It costs so little to teach a child to love, and so much to teach him to hate. These simple but profound words from our founder have been guiding Boys Town in our work with kids and families for over a century. Today, the ideals of equality and respect are at the core of each parenting strategy you'll find at boystown.org/parenting. Whether you're a parent, grandparent, or guardian of a toddler, teen, or someone in between, we've got parenting guides, articles, videos, tools, and quick tips on a variety of subjects, all developed with love by Boys Town's experts.
Teach me respect.
Teach me patience.
Teach me kindness. Teach me love.
Visit boystown.org/magnet today to receive your Teach Love Magnet. It's a great reminder that the change we want to see in our world begins at home, and Boys Town is there to help along the way.
All right, we're back to the McQuinn Athletic Complex, and we're about to begin quarter number 2.
Reminder to football fans.
And Irondale will come out, and then we'll have a 2nd and 11. Up 7-0. Just following the turnover on the interception by Courtney. Okay. In the shotgun is Kickoff, the quarterback, wishbone formation, the backfield, and now another flag. And now Irondale is pointing at Benilde. I'm not sure what that would be. Offsides, Red Knights, but they didn't even snap the ball. So how are you offsides until they snap the ball? That's an interesting question that I have. Maybe they've changed the rules. Yeah, but I mean, he was like lined up. But okay, we're back under. Well, here's the. Oh, is that taunting? Maybe. Okay, that is Will Fratelloni. Maybe it was encroachment. So. Okay, that's probably what that, well, that is what that was. Boy, ticky-tack foul if you ask me. But now it's going to be 2nd and 6 from the 24. Kickoff in the backfield, wishbone formation, double wide receivers left, nobody to the near side. And the fumble, and Benilde has it, and they get it right back. What a play by Benilde. Number 55, I think he made the hit and the recovery. I don't have a name for number 55. Sometimes we don't have accurate information, but let's see the play here on the replay. Kickoff. And there's the handoff, and boy, who is that got taken out? I can't see his number, but he made that play. And now here's Benilde. We'll try to get that to you in a minute if we have time. Okay, now Courtney moving quickly, and the running is to him, the fake, and he is their running back, not just their quarterback. He's clearly their running back, but he is corralled after a very short gain, if any. I think it's going to be, they're going to call it a 1-yard gain, but they're still at the 24-yard line. 11:35 remaining. Best field position of the evening for the Red Knights following the fumble recovery. And now Courtney calling signals from the shotgun. 2 wide receivers on either side, single set back to his left, calling signals from the left hash mark, and he gives it to Fratelloni, trying to get to the outside, but there's great containment by the Knights, and he's going to be taken down at the far sideline for no gain. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and 9. As we look at the replay and look at the Knights hustling defense. And they had guys there all over the place, and there's the tackle made by number 28. That was Max Ariola, the senior. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and 10. And the Red Knights are used to that tonight. I think in every drive they've been facing 3rd downs. I don't know if they have a field goal kicker that can kick it from the 42 it would be, but let's see if they can get the 1st down. And now there's a whistle, and that's probably going to go against the, timeout.
Timeout, Irondale.
Right at the last minute, taken by the Irondale coaches there. You can see him on the sideline. They must have seen something that they didn't like in the formation. And maybe sensing the criticalness of this play, just up 7-0 on the road. And that's a timeout. So if you're the Red Knights and you're their head coach, Sean McMoney, what are you talking to your team about here? It's 3rd and 10. They've been facing long 3rd downs all evening long. They have their best field position. And it's going to be interesting to see what kind of play they're going to call. I think the best play that I can remember tonight is a pass out into the flat. And now here comes the Irondale defense, and they are some big guys there on defense, aren't they? So there's the football at the 25-yard line. It's 3rd and 10.
3rd down and 10 for the Red Knights.
Red Knights heading into the north end zone. And here comes Courtney Fratelloni to his right. 2 wide receivers left, 1 to the far side on the short part of the field, and now another whistle. Now timeout by the Red Knights. So we do have a chess game going on here with the timeouts. So this time, I think Coach McMoney did not like what he saw, and he's going to come out and talk it over. And he calls everybody in. And you think he's probably going to be changing the play here based on what he saw. He can understand the moment here. Home opener, 3rd and 10. And this play call is a big play call. They don't want to lose yardage and get out of field goal range. And it could be 2-down territory, most of the offense. So I think maybe that's how I'd be thinking about it, that you don't have to get all 10 yards here. I doubt they have a kicker that can make a 42-yarder, not because it's anything disparaging, it's just hard to find high school kids that can kick 42-yarders on a regular basis. Okay, here we go, 3rd and 10, and it could be 2-down territory, so let's see if they just try to get half of it. They get the swing pass, and cutting it back up is Fratelloni, and he gets taken down for no gain. On the tackle there, look at big number 89. For Irondale, and great containment by Irondale as they force Fratelloni back up into the middle, and he ran into that man right there, number 89, Levi Casa, 6'1", 260 pounds. That's Division I size. Big kid out there. So now it's 4th and 10, and yep, they're gonna go for it on 4th down, as they should. Courtney, single back to the left, 2 wide receivers on either side, back to pass. Plenty of time, steps up, he might have room. Now he throws deep in the end zone, nobody home though, as number 83 appeared to be the intended target. That's Max Hobbs, but he pulled up and then Courtney overthrew him. So maybe a miscommunication. He had to avoid the rush, came right up, and he did see the Red Knight, but nowhere close, and he did not throw the interception, although that might have been a better outcome because then it would have been 1st and 10 at the 20. But nevertheless, now it's time for Benilde to play defense, and their defensive line has played stellar tonight. And now we look at Caval coming in. from the sideline with the play call. And they will start from their own 25, up 7. 9:48 remaining here, second quarter. You're watching ParkTV 16 Sports, and now, oh my goodness, that went through Caval's hands, and by pure luck, the running back, number 39, Lucas Shaver, saves the day there, and maybe it is a little wet out there. It's misting. There was a little bit of rain in the forecast, and that could be a result of all the moisture in the air, and maybe that'll be, Caval's gonna have to make sure his hands are dry. But that's gonna be a loss of 10, so another break for the Red Knights. It brings up a 2nd and 20 from their own 15. 9:10 remaining here, second quarter. Back to pass, Caval, quick pass to the near side, complete to number 11, that's CJ Ritchie, and he is taken down right away for a 4-yard gain only, and the tackle made by number 2, Will Fratelloni, the junior. We look at the replay, Caval, quick pass, gets his man, Ritchie, and Fratelloni, look at him with one arm, able to hold him and actually bring him back. What a stellar play there by Will Fratelloni, the junior. Very impressive. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and 13 from the 22. 8:36 remaining. Caval from the shotgun. Trips left, single wide receiver on the near side. One setback. Back to pass. Rolls left. Cuts back up. Throws left. And off the hands of CJ Ritchie. Could have been caught. I thought that was a pretty decent throw, but it's going to bring up a 4th down in a punting situation. We look at the replay. Caval rolls left. Pulls up. And he put that ball in, just overthrew him a little bit. It would have been a miraculous catch. So a little overthrown there, and you got to give credit to the rush for Benilde. It felt like Caval wanted to roll left as we see him now come back for the punt. And this will be from their own 22-yard line, 4th and 13. Clock stopped at 8:22, back to receive. That's number 22, Luke Fredine. Standing at about his 44. The punt will come to Fredine, and it bounces in front of him. He does pick it up. He stays in bounds. Comes to the right side, cuts up at the hash mark across the 50, and he gets leveled at the 49-yard line, but a nice run back. That's going to be for about 20, 25 yards. And Fratelloni has come to play football, folks, with 8:09 to go. He is not giving up on it. A lot of people would have let that ball go out of bounds, and he had the wherewithal, or excuse me, yeah, Fredine, I should say. That's Luke Fredine, not Fratelloni, and he took a shoulder at the 49, but he looks no worse for wear. And now Benilde will start again, just down 7 here. 8:09 remaining, second quarter. And it looks like they're going to place the ball smack right at the 50-yard line as they pulled back a yard. 1st and 10. 8:39 remaining. There's Courtney in the backfield. Single set back is Ryan Seaver to his left. 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. And now the cross buck. And now that is number 10, Ryan Seaver on the misdirection. And now they're trying to find ways to beat this Irondale team. And that was what we used to call the cross buck. And the misdirection, it's almost a cross between that and a draw play. And he found the soft spot in the middle of those linebackers as they overcommitted. And now a 1st and 10 from the 37. Red Knights go no huddle. And they are slowing it down here. Now Courtney, single setback left, 2 wide receivers on either side. As he looks to the sideline, calling signals, and the handoff goes to number 22, Fredine, as he breaks the ball across the 35, and his tackle comes down at the 33-yard line. Clock continues to run, 7:37 to go. It's going to bring up a 2nd as we look at the replay. 2nd and 7, they'll call it from the 34-yard line. 7:26, clock continues to run. Now there's a quick pass on the flat, and he is taken down right away on the reception. Number 83, Max Hobbs, the junior. And Irondale smelled that out. As we look at the replay. Quick pass. And number 41 came up and took on Fredine, and there with the tackle, number 22 for Irondale. On the stop, Blake Helen. We've called his name before. Okay, back to the field of play. 3rd and 6. Another 3rd down for Benilde. Courtney back to pass, and the cross play to number 23 is complete, and that's going to be a first down for the Red Knights. Max Benning, the senior, on the reception, and that was almost a slant. I don't know what you call it. Kind of looked right, and there was a nice little hop pass, and there's the blocking in front, and he avoids that tackle and then takes a punishing hit. But not before they get their next first down, and now they're 1st and 10 from the 23 of Irondale. Clock stopped with 6:45 to go. Courtney back to pass, into the flat, caught, complete, breaks a tackle, and brings the ball down to the 19-yard line. So Benilde now starting to get a rhythm here. Ball completed to number 34, Elliot Huther, and it was like a screen pass is really what that was. Not to the running back, but to the slot receiver, and now Benilde going no huddle, 6:22 to go, 2nd and 6, ball on the 19-yard line. And that ball out on the flat, and you know, I think it was good he dropped it. It looked like Irondale was all over that play. They had 3, they smelled it out. They had 3 players over there. I'm not sure this would have gone very far, as they had 3 players closing in very quickly. Sometimes there are good miscues, but it brings up a 3rd and 6 from the 19. I think we could be in 2-down territory, but there might be a field goal opportunity here. But I'm sure Benilde would rather get the first down and or a touchdown. Now Courtney looking to the sideline. 2 wide receivers left, 2 to the right. Single setback is Fredine. Clock stopped at 6:14. Courtney back to pass, plenty of time. Going to the left corner, he's open for a minute, double coverage, and unable to come up with it. He was open for just a brief moment, but the ball got there way too late. He needed to get rid of that like right now, because he was open, but by the time he threw it, it allowed Irondale to catch up. That's one of those plays where you gotta read it and throw it right away. High percentage not to be intercepted. That brings up a 4th and 6 now. Benilde looking to execute here on 4th and 6, deep in Irondale territory. 6:08 remaining, 2nd quarter. And the slot pass could go for a lot, and the defense comes up and makes the tackle and saves the first down. It looked like he might have it, but look at the speed of number 33 from Irondale closing in. Owen Lau, the senior linebacker, smelled it out. That was a nice pass, and it appeared they'd get to the first down, and look at that open field tackle, just how you teach it. Beautiful tackle by Irondale. Number 33 on that play. Owen Lau saves the first down. And that'll turn it over with 6 minutes to go here, 2nd quarter. It'll now be 1st and 10 for the Knights. Still 7-0, and if you're the Red Knights, you've got to feel fortunate that you're not down more. And now here's Cavall with a long field in front of him, starting from his 17, 1st and 10. And from the wishbone, gives the handoff. Nope, the misdirection, and it goes to number 1 from the backfield. Number 1 is Ralph Naiman. Junior running back, 5'11", 185. Gets good yardage there on the left side. So there's the fake, and look at Cavall with the fake. I have to tell you, those are some of the best fakes I've ever seen at any level. He really puts that ball in there, and I think it's working. He really, the danger is that you're gonna fumble it because you put it in there. Now we have a flag on the play, holding against the Knights. And that will nullify that play, and that is a break for the Red Knights. If that's gonna back up the Irondale Knights to their 7-yard line after a decent gain. And I am really focusing in on the brilliance of Cavall's ability to do the fake handoff. And let's see if they continue to do those types of misdirection. And there's another fake handoff. Now I can't even tell. That's how good he is. And no, he does give it to the up back, and that's going to be a short game up the middle. Bringing up 2nd down. Clock continues to run here. Yep, no, I saw that. Yep, holding. Oh yeah, there it is. There's the holding call. Paul Broden, that was on number 2. Great camera work there by our ParkTV 16 camera. Jared Hughes on the infraction, brings up 2nd and 11 from the 16. And the run play gets some yardage. Breaking it across is number 7 with the handoff. That is Jalen Lloyd. He breaks it over to the 25-yard line. That's going to bring up a 3rd down here. Here's Caval, and boy, he is so good. Even when he puts it in there, you keep thinking he's going to pull it out, and he's really got a very deceptive way about how he does that, even when he does give the ball. Just brilliant handoffs by Caval. Okay, double backfield, and the quick handoff, and this time it is stuffed, smelled out by number 74, Brian Banks, the junior. Must have seen it coming. Well, obviously he did see it coming, and look at 74 making that huge play, and that's going to bring up another 4th down. So after the initial drive by Irondale, look at 74. He's not having anything with it. That was all him. Great play, 4th and 4 now from the 23, punting situation, 3:57 clock. Winding down here as we're getting to the later stages of quarter number 2 from the McQuinn Athletic Complex, and the punt by Caval, more of a line drive, and that is Ferdine. He carries it, catches it at the 40, quickly up to the 50, and slips on the turf there, and he's a little frustrated by that, although Caval was there to make the tackle or to force the slip. How about that? Caval's the quarterback, number 9, does the punt and makes the tackle on his own punt. I'd like to see where he came from on that replay if we could ever get that up. That's amazing. Okay, 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line. Benilde back in business, still down only 7-0, and boy, would they love to get a touchdown here just before the 2nd half to gain some momentum, as we are now clearly in a defensive struggle. All right, 3:39 remaining. Courtney, this time, first formation we've seen like this, we've got 3 wide receivers right, 2 on the near side, no backfield. 1st and 10 from midfield. Courtney calling signals in the shotgun, and he's gonna run it right up the middle, and he is taken down after a very short gain by number 89. That is Levi Casa. That'll bring up a 2nd and 8 from the 47 as we watch Casa. And he's a big fella, 260, 6'1". Huge. All right, there's Courtney. Ferdine comes to join him in the backfield. And now they'll have 2 wide receivers to the near side, 2 to the right. Single setback is Ferdine, to Courtney's left. Clock still continues to run, now just under 3 minutes. Courtney back to pass, steps up, goes left. He's open for a minute, and he couldn't come up with it. Intended for number 3, Zane Slater. And he had position, and that ball was right in there. And let's watch the replay. Best pass of the night by Courtney in my estimation, on the run, and puts that one pretty much on the money. It could have been a jump ball, and it was right where it needed to be. And unfortunately for Slater, the senior, couldn't come up with it. He'll be thinking about that one later tonight. Okay, now here comes a 3rd and 8 from the 47. Courtney back to pass, stays in the pocket, looks right, throws right. Oh my goodness, could have been intercepted, and they're gonna call an interference. I'm not sure who that could be on though. I wondered if it couldn't be on the Benilde player. Number 23 was the intended target, Max Benning. But let's see what the play is. Pass interference against the Knights. That should be an automatic 1st down. Although in high school, maybe not. Yep, it looks like it's gonna be. Courtney threw it there. I don't know if I saw the interference there, quite honestly. Because that player was right in there, but that's the call of the official. Let's see it again. Let's see where the interference is. Courtney goes to his right. He's open, maybe, yeah, he did get hit right there. Yep, that's interference. Good call by the officials. The interference happened so long before the ball got there that you don't normally see it. Usually when you look at interference calls, it's like a bang-bang play and it's close, but he did trip up number 23, Max Benning. So now a 1st and 10 for the Red Knights. They've had their breaks here. Can they capitalize with 2:46 remaining here, quarter number 2? They're down 7-0, 1st and 10 from the 32 of the Knights. As we look at trips right, single wide receiver to the near side. Courtney in the shotgun. Fredine, single setback to his left. Clock stopped at 2:46. Courtney back to pass, steps up, breaks through, he's gonna run it. Breaks a couple tackles, gets down to the 26 for a gain of 8. That'll bring up a second down and 2. So for once, a short opportunity here to get a first down as we look at the replay. Courtney back to pass. And that looked like a run all the way. A quarterback draw, I think they call that, and he gets taken down at the 26. Okay, trips right, single wide receiver to the left, Fredine to the left, and they give it to Fredine this time. Cuts back, breaks a tackle, gets it across the 25 before getting stopped at the 23-yard line, but that's going to be enough for a first down.
Red Knights first down.
And this may be their furthest foray into Knight territory, and they've been dominating. All the play has been in the Knight defensive end, except for the very first drive by Irondale. So now, with 1:55, clock continues to run here, second quarter. Red Knights hoping to tie this up before halftime, and boy, would that give them much needed momentum going into the second half. All right, here comes Courtney after getting the play from the sideline. 2 wide receivers on either side. Single setback is Fredine to Courtney's right. Now in motion, number 23, that is Benning. And Courtney keeps it, and he is tackled and corralled, probably for no gain, maybe even a loss. And the clock continues to run here with 1:21, 1:20, 1:19 remaining. And that's gonna bring up a second and 10, no gain on the play. Ball's at the 22-yard line as we look at Courtney in the shotgun. There'll be 4 wide receivers, 2 on either side. Courtney looking to the sideline. As I look at the head coach, he's working the sideline official here. I don't know what the holdup is. Maybe they're just trying to get the clock, because now we're below a minute, 56 seconds. I don't know why the Red Knights are taking all this time, that 2nd and 9. All right, now they're ready to go. 4 wide receivers, 2 on either side. Fredine to the left of Courtney. Courtney takes the shotgun. The slot pass complete to number 3, Slater. And he is tackled very quickly and brought down at the 17-yard line. And now we're down to 36 seconds left. And they are taking their sweet time here. Looking to the sideline. Looks like the coach is looking to make a play call. Still waiting for it. 23 seconds. Boy, lots of time going off the clock here. 20 now, 19 seconds, 3rd and 6. Now finally a timeout after so much time went by. I would almost estimate 40 seconds wasted. But they did call the timeout. It's gonna bring up a 3rd and 6 here. 17 seconds remaining, and they will regroup and come up with the play. Still a chance for the Red Knights to get a touchdown here late. Even this thing up, boy, that would give them so much momentum going into the second half. So big play call coming up here, and I'm not sure what play they would call here. It's hard to say. They've used Courtney a lot from the quarterback position to be the running back. As we look at number 23, Max Benning, with his helmet off. And nice, cool night, but it is a tad humid out there. I saw the dew point was about 61 degrees. Temperature was 63, virtually no wind out there. Really a lovely night to be playing football. Maybe a little moist. We had some rain last night for quite a few hours, much needed rain. All right, here we go, 3rd and 6. Again, likely 2-down territory. But clock is an issue now with 17 seconds remaining. 3 wide receivers to the right. And the slant pass is caught. No, dropped by Benning. He had it in his hands. Dropped it. He had it at about the 12-yard line. Would have been just enough for a first down. But now we have 12 seconds remaining. Incomplete there. All right, 4th and 6. You think they might go to the end zone here with just 12 seconds left, because even if they get the first down, can they get the clock to stop in time? All right, Benning trots to the right, trips right, single wide receiver in the slot to the left. Fredine, single setback to Courtney's left. looking to the right. And now a whistle as they're about to.
Timeout, Irondale.
Irondale, I don't know how they get away with that. I do see 1 second went off the clock, so you wonder if they got the timeout in time and whether they'll put that 1 second back on the clock, which if I'm Benilde, I want that 1 second. I might need it. And so timeout taken by the Knights as we see them on the sideline. So clearly they were looking at the formation. And maybe you just call the timeout to throw Benilde off their game, keep them out of rhythm. All kinds of strategic reasons to call timeouts. If nothing else, just get them out of their rhythm here. So a big play coming up here, 4th and 6. Doesn't look like they're going to adjust the clock there. Still 11 seconds remaining. You are watching ParkTV 16 Sports. We are streaming live on YouTube. My name is Robert Christensen. Glad you're with us here tonight. All right, Irondale's done talking it over, just taking a water break. And now the Red Knights have had plenty of time to think about their play. And you gotta think they are gonna use their best play. Trips right, single wide receiver to the left. Fredine, single set back to Courtney's left. Here comes Courtney calling signals. Stays in the pocket, throws off his back foot, and caught for a touchdown by Max Benning with 5 seconds remaining. And my goodness, Courtney comes up big right when he needed it. And how about Max Benning after that drop for the first down, comes back, they go right back to him, and he makes the touchdown play. Courtney off his back foot, throws it up there, and Benning makes a spectacular catch, reaching for it, coming down with it for the score with just 6 seconds remaining or 5 seconds remaining in the half as we look at Max Benning, and boy, he's got to feel good about that. And that brings the home crowd to their feet. What a play there, right at the end of half number 1, 7-6 is the score. And now another timeout taken by Benilde. This is their first after touchdown point after attempt, and first one of the year, so it's an important point here. They are in a tough defensive struggle here with Irondale. I am really looking forward to the second half. Hope you're enjoying our broadcast here. Again, glad you're with us. As we look at the Benilde coach as they're counting the players. This is their first point after attempt, and they want to make sure they get it right. Boy, you can feel the buzz in the crowd. The student section is packed. The halftime show is warming up on the left side. It looks like they're going to put on a nice little presentation there. And just almost full stands here on the home field. Great enthusiasm here from the McQuinn Athletic Complex. Okay, back to kick. The important extra point, number 34, Elliot Huther. Ball placed, kick up. And it is good. And we're tied at 7 with 5 seconds to go here in the second half. And what a great second half it has been. Great defensive plays on both sides and just enough offense to make it 7-7. You couldn't ask for a better opening night football if you're a football fan. As we watch the replay again, and we can watch this all night long. What a great pass right along the hash mark. And he beats the D-back. For Irondale, number 12 was in there trying to break it up. 12 is Foster Mullaville, a junior, but Max Benning makes the play of the night with a beautiful catch and a great throw by Courtney. So we'll get another kickoff here, and you have to wonder whether they're going to kick it deep or they're just going to squib it. You think you just squib it to avoid any type of miracle run back by the Knights. So this will be the first kickoff for the Red Knights, and trying to see who the kicker is, and it's going to be, of course, the same kicker that did the extra point. Elliot Huther, the junior, will come in. And Irondale has 2 players deep, so they're expecting a deep kick, perhaps, and it's more of a fogginess coming in here. There's definitely a mist. Oh yeah, it's definitely, as I poke my head out of the press box, it's raining out there actually. It's just very misty rain. And they do pooch kick it to the far side, and it stays in bounds, picked up by Irondale, and he's taken down right away. at the 20-yard line. And as I look at the clock, there's 1 second remaining. So Irondale's going to get a chance here to run one play. And you got to think they're just going to take a knee here, but you never know. Reminds me of that Viking playoff game in '98 when they took that knee. But this is an entirely different situation now, isn't it, after all? Okay, here comes Irondale. Caval bringing the play in. Clock stopped with just 1 second remaining. But if you're just joining us, you missed a very exciting last 10 seconds of half number 2. And yes, they're going to be in the victory formation, although that's not the victory formation because there's no victory on hand. And that is the end of half number 1 from Benilde-St. Margaret's. We're tied at 7. Come on back for the non-conference second half.
This is my husband, Alex Hussey. Alex is about 2 weeks away from coming home.
I was point man in foot patrol, and I stopped on the bomb. Lost my legs and my left hand in an explosion.
And he suffered a severe traumatic brain injury.
As America's veterans face challenges, DAV is there.
There are so many mountains to climb, and we do it together.
With the right support, more veterans can reach victories, great and small.
Come on, Alex, take on this mountain. That's what this is all about.
DAV provides a lifetime of support to veterans of every generation, helping more than 1 million veterans each year.
Alex has conquered this mountain. That's something he won't forget.
With the right support, there are no limits.
Look at that smile! You did it!
But there's more to be done, and more victories to be won.
This has meant so much.
Thank you, DAV.
Alex Hussey, thank you for your service. Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Welcome back to the McQuinn Athletic Center on the beautiful campus of Benilde-St. Margaret's. We are bringing you non-conference varsity football, and that is our score as we're about to begin the second half. Irondale 7, Benilde-St. Margaret 7, and both touchdowns came on the very first drive of the first half and on the very last drive of the first half. Irondale got off to a great start, went down and got the first 7 points, and then it was basically a defensive struggle until Benilde on a 4th down play with 6 seconds remaining. Their quarterback, Courtney, hit Max Benning in the end zone for the tying score, and that was the first half. We're tied at 7. 12 minutes on the clock. We're about to begin quarter number 3. Benilde will be kicking off, going left to right. Our temperature still hovering right around 60 degrees, and it is not exactly raining, but it's very much misting out there. No wind at all. As I look at the flags, they are definitely not moving. So that is not going to be an issue, but it is a little wet out there. We only saw one play where the ball went through the quarterback for Irondale's hands, Caval. So now we look at the 2 players back to receive the kickoff from number 34, Elliot Huther. Now the ball comes off, and it wasn't wind related, I'll guarantee you that, but that's probably the slickness on that tee. So Irondale now, after scoring on their very first drive, will receive the second half kickoff and be in offense. Back to receive is number 2, that is Jiriad Hughes, the sophomore. And there's the kickoff, and they pooch it down, and it's taken, and there's another missed ball, but he does pick it up and taken down and slammed to the ground by number 15 for Benilde. That was Max Wentha Jr. as he tackles number 11, CJ Ritchie, who caught that ball, and he misplayed it right away there, and you wonder if the moisture caused that. But now it's going to be 1st and 10 after that great tackle by number 15, Max Wentha Jr., and they will be 1st and 10. 11:54 on the clock, just underway here, 3rd quarter. You're watching ParkTV 16 Sports. I am Robert Christensen. Glad you're with us, and that is the very talented quarterback, Connor Caval, the senior, who has been causing Benilde fits. First play, blocked at the line of scrimmage. Great defense. Number 21 in on the block. Getting his hands up was Antonio Fadran Jr., the junior. Let's watch him on the left side, get those big mitts up there, blocks that ball. as he dominated that offensive lineman, number 74, Skylar Sanders, unable to handle number 21, at least on that play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and 10, clock stop, 11:48. We're tied at 7 in this non-conference matchup between a Metro West Red Knights and the Suburban East Knights. Caval with the fake handoff keeps it, and he is caught from behind again, this time by number 21, Antonio Fondren Jr., making 2 plays in a row. So Fondren Jr. having a great second half here right out of the chute with 1 broken up pass play, and now that tackle as he catches Caval from behind, and now a key 3rd and 5 for Irondale. And again, Benilde's defense really being the star of the team so far is this great defense. 3rd and 5, Caval trips right, single wide receiver to the near side, single set back to the right. Caval rolls right, pulls up, throws right on the flat, caught, but he's taken down short of the first down on the far sideline, and that's going to bring up 4th down. On the reception, number 39, Lucas Shaver. As we watch the replay, Caval rolls right, steps up, nice pass, complete on the flat, but right there to make the tackle is number 10, of course, Ryan Seaver. And he seems to be everywhere on defense, so now 4th and 1. And Caval back to punt, but look out for the fake with a guy that talented, and he is going to kick it away, and he gets a great kickoff, and that sends Fredine back on the bounce. Trouble picking it up. He does smartly go down on one knee and does corral it at about his own 20-yard line. So great beginning here to half number 2 for the Benilde defense as they force the Irondale Knights to go 4 and out or 3 and out as we watch that replay, and Fredine struggling with it, not unlike his counterpart CJ Ritchie. So I do think it's moist, and that's going to make that ball a little bit slick. You almost want to maybe put a towel on the center so that Courtney can wipe that ball off, or make sure it gets wiped off after every play so it doesn't impact their performance. Now he hands it off to Fredine, and he's looking for yardage, but not much up in the middle on that 1st and 10 from their own 20. No gain on the play. Clock now running, 10-12 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Opening night here for Benilde St. Margaret's on their brand new football turf. As we watch Fredine get taken down again by number 89, Levi Casa, the 260-pound, 6'1" defensive lineman. Okay, now 2nd and 10. Courtney in the shotgun. Fredine to his right, trips left. He looks left. Now looks up, steps in the middle, trying to break through, comes to the near side, breaks a tackle, breaks another one, comes around, breaks a 3rd tackle. Finally, he's pushed out of bounds by number 22, Blake Helen, but not before Courtney on his own makes a great running play. Let's look at the replay and watch how tough this kid is. Looks right, steps up, very elusive out there, breaks a tackle number 1, breaks tackle number 2, breaks tackle number 3, and finally is shoved out of bounds, but not before he gains 7 hard yards, bringing up a 3rd and 3 in this defensive struggle. Okay, Mon looking at his wrist for the play. Fredine will take his position to his left. 4 wide receivers, 2 on either side. Defense playing tight man-to-man, and the screen pass is smelled out and incomplete, and a big hit by Irondale's number 33, Owen Lau. Brings up 4th down for the Red Knights. Let's go to the replay. And at first, that play looked like it was going to work until right there, Lau saw it from his cornerback position to force 4th down. So both teams to start the 3rd quarter are 3 and out, and both teams' defenses are incredibly stellar tonight. And now back to punt, number 34. That again is Elliot Huther. He gets it off. High wobbly kick, bounces, and he gets the bounce across the 30. So nice Benilde bounce, and it'll be down at the 28-yard line. So clock stopped here in the 3rd quarter. Both teams have had a possession in the 2nd half, and we're still tied at 7 as we look at some of the starting lineups there. And now here comes Mr. Caval. Number 9, Connor Cavall. Talking to some of the staff, he is quite the athlete, stellar lacrosse player, and you can see why. Okay, double wide receivers right, wishbone formation, and the handoff, and it goes through, and that's a big gainer up the middle. And again, Cavall showing great skill handing that ball off. You don't know if he's gonna fake it or not. And that results in a first down on that quick hitter up the middle. And it almost looks like he's gonna pull the ball out of there. He's really almost like a magician out there, I have to say. So that's a big gain for the Knights. Brings the ball right to the 50-yard line, 1st and 10. Clock stop with 8:38 remaining. Cavall, wishbone formation in the backfield. Double wide receivers to the right, nobody to the left. Fake handoff, and the play action pass. He goes deep, he's got his man, and it's caught by number 2. Jared Hughes. It almost looked like it was going to get tipped by number 2, Will Fratelloni, but the ball somehow made it through, and now Irondale is in business. As we watch, they celebrate. And look at the play action ball, and he let it go right away. He was going to throw it right away, trust his receiver, and he did get a step, and it just about got broken up. He did get his hand on it. On defense, number 11, Jack Runman, almost made that great defensive play, but now the Knights are 1st and goal from the 5, 8:19 on the clock. Ball hash mark to the right, Cavall, fake handoff, then he pitches it left, and what a great defensive play, and what could not come at a better time. Brady Wine, the senior captain, spelled that out, and boy, are we watching a great defensive game tonight on both sides of the ball. And just after that big play, you'd think they'd be hanging their heads. No, sir. Brady Wine making a huge play. Now it's going to be 2nd and goal from the 11. That's a whole different equation than 1st and goal from the 5. Clock continues to run there, as you can see on your screen, 7:44. Left hash mark. There is Connor Cavall. Single, double setback, 2 wide receivers to the right, none to the left. Calling signals. And the handoff, and he is taken down at another loss. So after that huge pass play, the Benilde defense steps up and causes 2 running losses, and right there to stuff it is number 24 on defense. That's Miles Vinton, the senior. Now a critical 74 on the play, excuse me. That was Brian Banks, the junior. Give credit where credit's due. And now 3rd and goal from the 10. Clock continues to run as we approach 7 minutes remaining in quarter number 3. Critical play here in the 3rd quarter. Cavall now trips right, single setback is number 2, that is Hughes. Calling signals, man in motion is number 1, name on, and now we're gonna have a flag before the play. Let's see who this is gonna go against, and it's gonna go against the Red Knights, and that is gonna be a costly offsides that cuts the distance in half.
3rd and goal from the 5.
And you wonder if that's not gonna change the play call for the Knights here. 3rd and goal from the 5. And again, let's see where the offsides was. Right there. Yep, he did go across. So once you cross the line of scrimmage, you can't get back. That's a different rule than pro football, obviously. Okay, same play as we saw the man in motion, and now Cavall takes it in, and the magician with the fake handoff faked everyone out, and there he is, and he takes it in untouched for a 13-7 lead on a critical 3rd down play. And you wonder if those 5 yards could have made the difference, but watch the fake handoff, and he totally fell for it, number 21, and I would have too. This Connor Cavall is a magician when it comes to these fake handoffs. I still have a hard time figuring out whether he's handed it off or not. It's amazing. I've never seen anything like it. Now the extra point, and that's botched, and he gets taken down. My goodness, more great defense by the Red Knights, and that is going to be a momentum shifter right back, as now they're just down 6. And let's see what happened here. The snap was way off the mark. It wasn't the holder's fault, in my opinion. That snap was off to the left, and he couldn't quite get it. And coming in to make the play for Benilde, number 22, Luke Fredine. So, wow, what drama going on here at the McQuinn Athletic Complex as we watch that touchdown. and the misdirection and the deception by the magician. I'm going to start calling Connor Cavall the magician. That should be his nickname, at least as a quarterback, because it's a sleight of hand, just like a magician. Where's the ball? Is it here? Yeah, he could have pitched it. Amazing, amazing deception with his ability to disguise what he's going to do with that ball. It's absolutely brilliant. And that is going to be a problem for Benilde going forward. But now they've got to get their offense going. Plenty of time left here, 6 minutes, 33 seconds. Back to receive the kickoff once again is number 2, Will Fratelloni, along with number 22, Luke Fradine. And what a game you're watching here. Glad you're with us at ParkTV 16 Sports. We're streaming live on YouTube. And watching here for the kickoff, number 29, Cam Kwame, the junior for Irondale, with a 13-7 lead. And that ball gets bounced, picked up by Benilde. And nice run back, and he breaks it, and he could be gone. What kind of speed does he have? Along the sideline, he's gonna get caught, and what a play by Benilde. Number 2 on the run back sparks the Red Knights. Will Fratelloni on the short hop. Excuse me, that's number 1 with the ball. Brady Wine. And look at that cutback, and then he's in the open field, and he takes it down to around the 20 to 17. So after giving up that touchdown and getting the benefit of that missed extra point, now Benilde in business at the 15-yard line, 1st and 10. And now you've got to think you go to the end zone right away here. You got Irondale on their heels. Take your shot at the end zone. No, this time Courtney's going to take it up the middle, and he's taken down after a short gain. He dives the ball over the 15 to about the 14-yard line. Clock continues to run. That'll be a 1-yard gain. So this is where Benilde has struggled most of the game until that last drive in the second quarter. And now Courtney looks to the sideline. And one interesting fact, both teams have brand new head coaches, both Irondale and Benilde. So that's a factor for both teams. Now Courtney looks into the slot, and it's complete. Coming right in there with a little button hook. Again, Max Benning, and now it's starting to see how Max Benning is such a critical part of this offense. Another great possessing catch. He found that soft part of the middle in between those linebackers. And that's a gain of 5 or 4 maybe. It's going to make it 3rd and 5 from the 10-yard line. Courtney from the sideline. And we've got 2 wide receivers left, 2 to the right in the middle of the field. Single setback is Fradine. Courtney, quick pass in the slot, is behind his receiver. It was intended for number 34, Huther. And that'll stop the clock with 5:14 to go. And now it's 4th and 5 from the 10. And what are they going to do here? My guess is they're going to go for it. Nope, Huther's in there. And they're going to attempt a field goal here. And that will be 15, 20, 24-yarder, 25-yarder we'll call it. Ball will be spotted right in the middle at the 16, and the 26-yard field goal is good by Huther. So just like that, the Red Knights answer back, and now they're just down 3. That field goal coming with 5:08, but the critical play was Brady Wine on the run back following the touchdown by the Knights. Set them up for that field goal attempt. And one of the nice things that's really critical here is when the other team scores, you score right back and get some sort of points. Keeps that momentum at an even keel. So now we look at the sideline, and there are the Knights as they're going to regroup after that sequence, giving the Red Knights 3 points here in the 3rd quarter. Our score 13-10. And both teams and myself can take a big, deep breath as we watch the critical play once again. And there's Brady Wine on the short hop. He went left, broke a tackle there, broke another tackle there. That's 2 broken tackles, and that's what spurred him after that nice cut back to the right sideline. And if it wasn't for number 28 for the Knights, Kelvin Richards, the junior defensive back, Brady Wine, I think, would have been in pay dirt there, but he got caught from behind. But it leads to the field goal, and now the kickoff by Brady Huther. 5:08 remaining, 3rd quarter. If you're just joining us, stay with us. This proved to be an exciting game down to the end. It certainly feels that way in this home opener at the McQuinn Athletic Complex. And now they squib kick it on the bounce. And picked up by C.J. Ritchie, and this time he breaks a tackle, and he breaks another one before he's pushed out of bounds. So both teams, special teams, playing very well tonight for the most part on the returns. And now Irondale's in business in Red Knight territory, which is exactly why they wanted to squib that ball. But boy, did he get a Sunday hop, and that was lucky for him. And he took advantage of that Sunday hop and broke through, broke that tackle with a nice spin move. But that's the last thing, that Sunday hop, I feel, was really what was able to spur C.J. Ritchie there. And what a great run back by that tremendous athlete. All right, here comes the Knights with their stellar quarterback, Connor, the magician Caval, double running back. And did he hand it off or not? Yes, he did. And now he breaks through, another tackle. And before he gets gang tackled, still on his feet. But he'll be brought down at the 32-yard line, but not before a gain of 7, possibly 8 yards. And that nice quick dive. And he ran right by that Red Knight. And let's see, we got a timeout or a flag, and there's the gang tackle by the Red Knights. So it's going to be 2nd and 2. Oh, we got an injured player on the field, I see. And my producer, Paul Broden, has been watching it as I've been looking at the program, getting the names, and it might be cramps. And that is what it appears to be. Yeah, that's Will Fratelloni, and it does look like cramps. Those are so painful. And that's what you got to do, just stretch it out and drink some water. It's a little humid out there, and we've had a real humid, lot of humidity this week. You got to stay hydrated. That's how you stop those cramps. But I don't think Fratelloni's coming off that game. You'd have to arrest him to get him off that field, although they are probably going to take him off for 1. Yeah, he needs to go work that out. It's still not worked out, it looks like to me, but I expect he'll be back before you know it. But okay, back to the playing surface. Yep, okay, 2nd and 2 from the 32. Caval, wishbone formation, and this time he does give the handoff to number 1, Ralph Naiman, and he is corralled behind the line of scrimmage, if not, or no gain. So it's going to bring up 3rd down. And another great defensive play by the Red Knights in there penetrating and then making the tackle from the far side. That looked like Fredine. And now a big 3rd and 2 from the 32. What kind of magic play does Connor Caval have up his sleeve this time? They're going to be from the middle of the field. We got 2 wide receivers, single wide receiver on either side, wishbone formation in the backfield. Caval calling signals. 3rd and 2. And the handoff, he does give it, and he is stuffed for no gain. It's going to bring up a 4th down. And you got to think that they're going to go for it here. At the 32, there may have been a loss on the field. No, they're going to call it a gain and 1. So we're going to call it 4th and 1. Clock continues to run here in the 3rd quarter. 3:34 and counting. And the crowd is bringing the noise level up. 4th and 1. They sense the criticalness of this play as we're getting into the latter stages of quarter number 3. Here comes Caval. We've now got 3 running backs, no wide receivers, and the handoff, and he gets the first. Oh, maybe not. He might have just gotten enough. Number 39 in the backfield took the handoff, and it appeared that he may have gotten the first down. It's all going to depend on where the spot is. And he may have just gotten enough before he was brought back, and it's going to be very close. But they're going to call it a first down, but just barely. That was an interesting formation. That was the wishbone. There were three running backs in the backfield, like a battering ram, probably like an old military. You know, you just get that triangle and just ram it in there. But that's going to bring up a 1st and 10 from the 34 or the 29.5-yard line. 2:47. Clock continues to wind down here in the 3rd quarter. Caval calling signals. Back to pass in the quick flag route, and it's caught, and there's going to be a flag on the play. It may be nullified. But that ball is complete inside the 5-yard line. Again, flag on the play. And the referees are going to talk about it. On the reception was C.J. Ritchie. And odds are that flag is going to be against the Red Knights, but they're talking it over. Boy, the Irondale Knights, they certainly think that they got that field position. They're down there huddling up at the 10 as they pick up the flag, and it looks like that play is going to stand, so it's going to be 1st and goal from about the 2, maybe 1-yard line. The referees are continuing to talk about stuff as I look down there. Clock stopped at 2:36 here in the 3rd quarter. Irondale with a 3-point lead, and are they in business at about the 2-yard line here. The scoreboard is not updated. Maybe they're waiting to make sure. There's the signal with the flag. Pass interference against Benilde. Of course, they waved it off. They declined it, and now it's 1st and goal from the 1-yard line. 2:36 to go. Single wide receiver to the left, and there's a fumble on the snap. Ball loose, and Benilde, I think, has recovered. Oh my goodness, unbelievable. Caval, usually sure-handed, drops the snap, and the Red Knights, on their own doorstep, cause another turnover and another fumble, and it looked like on the recovery was number 11, Jake Rumman. You cannot make this up, folks. Number 11. His name is Carter Stevens, Cario. So my program is wrong, Cario Stevens, as we watch that other play, and there is the interference on Cario Stevens. And then Cario Stevens, who is called for the interference, is the guy that recovers the fumble on their own 1-yard line. But it's still trouble for Benilde. They've got to find a way to move this ball out of their own shadow of their own goalposts. And there are shadows out there. The lights are on here, of course. The clock continues to run, 2:16 remaining. You want drama in high school football, you have it here tonight at the McQuinn Athletic Complex. What a great ball game. Both teams playing their hearts out. Both teams very talented, especially on defense. You couldn't ask for more than a high school football game, especially opening night. Clock now below 2 minutes in the 3rd quarter. 2nd and 7 from their own 5. Rolling right, and the pass incomplete, and he was under pressure in his own end zone. And so now it's going to be 3rd and 7, and this is a dangerous time as we look at the replay, and that ball almost went over his head. Tried to pass it, went right in his own end zone, and smartly got rid of it. Great heads-up play there by the quarterback, Jarius Courtney, but now a critical 3rd and 7 here for the Red Knights. Have not shown a huge ability thus far to convert on 3rd and longs, and now they are in dangerous territory. And now back to pass in his own end zone, going right down to the post pattern, and it's intercepted at about the 40, 38-yard line by number 25 for the Knights, Alton Glodick.
Alton Glodick on the interception.
And let's see, there might be a question of whether he caught it or not, but he had great position. And yeah, he did drop the ball. Yep. It just went right through his arms and just hit the ground and then bounced right back up, which is why you couldn't quite see it. So now a punt situation as Mon, we look at the replay, he just let it go, and it was going to be a jump ball. Not a bad play call, but it was broken up nicely there, even though he didn't get the interception. Beautiful play there by Alton Glodick, the senior 200-pound, 5'11" D-back. And now with 1:39 remaining, also another dicey situation here for Benilde. You wonder if they're going to go for the block, but I think they're going to set up for the return. They're going to have excellent field position. Back to receive the punt is C.J. Ritchie, and he's only at the Benilde 40-yard line. And now, do we have a timeout on the field? Yes, we do.
Timeout, Red Knights.
And I support a timeout here. very critical part of the game, field position being the issue, and they're about to punt from their own end zone. And we look at first-year coach Sean McMonamy, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, going to talk to his team. It's important that they get a good punt off here as we look at their schedule. So tonight, Irondale, they'll be back home a week from tonight, Spring Lake Park, and then they go on the road at Chaska. And then this year's rivalry with St. Louis Park will be at Park on September 24th. Then they've got 2 home games. October 1st against Holy Angels, and then Hill Murray, another East Side team, and then they'll finish the season on the road at Orono and then at Robbinsdale Cooper. Tough schedule here for the Red Knights. As I read about Robbinsdale Cooper, they've got a strong quarterback there and could prove to be a very formidable opponent. But right now their concern is minute and 39 to go here in the third quarter and punting from their own end zone. Hugh there gets the punt off, and they went for the block, and it was blocked, and it's a touchdown for the Knights, and they did go after the block.
That will be a safety.
Or it's a safety. Did it go out of bounds? I didn't think yep, it is gonna be a block and a safety by Irondale, and they did go after the block, didn't they? Bang, coming in there is number 22. And it did go out of bounds. I thought at first look that he came up with the ball, but what a play by number 22, Blake Helen, the senior 6 foot, 180-pound defensive back. Blocks Huther's punt, and that's gonna be a safety, so that's gonna add 2 more points. And he did come through and unable to make that block, so the special teams punt is something the Red Knights are gonna need to work on going forward. And also the problem is not only giving up the 2 points, is now they've got to kick it away from their own 20 this time. And that's going to give the Irondale Knights a chance to get the ball back here late in the third quarter, and momentum has clearly shifted to their side of the field. The only redeeming thing is the Red Knights are only down 5 points, so now they need their defense after this kickoff from their own 20 to come up big and get a 3 and out and get that ball back and find a way to get a touchdown. They've shown the mental toughness and how to come from behind and score with very little time on the clock. We still have the whole fourth quarter ahead of us. But I'm not worried about their ability to come back here, at least mentally. The question is, can they keep up with Irondale physically? All right, we're about to kick off here following that safety. Boy, this game has had everything. Drop balls, beautiful pass plays, misdirection, magician-type handoffs, and now that punt comes down to Richie, and he drops the ball, and he's gonna get corralled at his own 40. Now he breaks through a couple tackles. Boy, is he a tough guy to tackle. C.J. Richie, 6'1", 200 pounds. He certainly looks and plays a lot bigger than that from what I can see up here in the press box. But Richie does pick that up, and nice play there early on was number 6, Sam Monk. Slowed him down and allowed his teammates to come in and gang tackle him. But it took all 4 of those guys to bring down C.J. Richie. And the ball's gonna be marked, it looks like at the 45-yard line, 1:29 remaining here. And nearing the end of the third quarter. And now here comes Connor Cavall. Nice alliteration in that name. Backfield, and they give it to number 1 right up the middle, Ralph Nema. They'll get maybe a gain of 4, they're gonna call it. That'll bring up a 2nd and 6 from the 49-yard line. And we're at a very critical part of this game. If the Knights can score here, it's gonna be very tough for the Red Knights. So it's important that the Red Knights get a stop on this drive. 2nd and 6. Clock now below a minute in the third quarter, and there's another hand up off the middle, and another short game as he gets it across to the 40, the 50, the 49-yard line. We have an injured player on the field. Looks like number 75 for the Knights is hurt. Trevian Mack, the junior offensive lineman, 6'6", 295, and he gets up right away. And it looks like maybe he tweaked an ankle, but he's gonna come off, but it appears like he's gonna be okay. Always good to see that. Let's look at the replay. And Cavall with a quick handoff, this time to number 9. that was, or excuse me, that was, wait a minute. Number 9 handed it off. Who was that to?
3rd down and 3 from the 48-yard line.
Might have been Jacob McConnell. Okay, 3rd and 3. Clock running, 40 seconds and counting. Big 3rd and 3 play here for the Red Knights and the Knights, and the handoff is going to result in a first down as they go over the right side and get it down to the 45-yard line. So a 1st and 10. Clock stopped momentarily to move the chains. It will be spotted at the 44-yard line. 24 seconds remaining. Will the Knights try to get a playoff here in the 3rd quarter, or are they content to run the clock out? Might be a little early to start playing the clock. They're only up 5 here. 1st and 10. Double setback behind Caval, calling signals, single wide receiver. He goes to the left side and he throws it behind his intended receiver, Jarrett Hughes. And that will stop the clock with 5 seconds remaining, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 10. Goes to the right side, in on the coverage there is number 11. And the name of the program is not, who's number 11 again? Stevens, thank you. So that was Stevens in on the play. So 2nd and 10, 5 seconds remaining. Ball on the 44. And now the fake handoff and the pitch to the left, coming through and spinning around, breaking tackles, and he's off to the end zone. Number 1, Ralph Nema scores it on the 2nd and 10 play, and there are hurt players for the Red Knights. 2 of them down, 1 at the 35, and also Brady Wine coming up with a limp right leg, and boy, what a run by that man right there, Nema. As he took the pitch after the fake handoff, and then he got his shoulder squared away, and there was the big broken tackle on the spin move, a la Chuck Foreman, the old Viking great who made the spin move famous. And right there was Ralph Nema, the junior running back, with the spin move and the touchdown. Puts them up 21-10 with no time left on the clock here in the 3rd quarter. And here's the point after, and that's missed wide left.
Kick is no good.
That ball is shanked wide left, so they leave another point on the field. And that is a critical point, I feel, because that means it's a 2-possession game for the Red Knights with the 4th quarter coming up. It's 21-10 with a field goal and a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. They can tie it up. But that means they've got to stop Irondale from scoring any more points. So we've got 12 minutes to go. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. Come on back for quarter number 4.
Drownings are the #1 cause of accidental death for young children. Simple safety steps are the best way to prevent these tragedies. Make sure kids learn how to swim. Designate an adult water watcher to watch kids in and around water. Save the phone calls and texts for when the kids are out of the water. Properly fence all pools with fences at least 4 feet high and with self-closing, self-latching gates. When above-ground pools aren't in use, remove the ladders. When pools aren't in use, cover them. Teach kids to stay away from drains, and if a child is missing, check the pool or spa first. Consider the steps you take, then add a few more, because you never know which pool safety step will save a life, until it does. Simple steps save lives. To learn some new ones, visit poolsafely.gov.
Okay, we back? We are back. This is the beginning of the 4th quarter. You are watching ParkTV 16 Sports, and if you're just joining us, Irondale has taken the advantage here. They're up 11 and about to kick off right at the beginning of the 4th quarter. And back to receive the kickoff. It should be Fredine and number 2, Fratelloni. It's going to come to Fredine on a line drive kickoff taken at the 16-yard line. He comes to the right side up the middle looking for a hole, slips by a couple tackles, and he's brought down but not before he brings it out to the 38-yard line. So good start for Benilde, but they've really got to kickstart their offense here, down 11 points, and we're just starting the fourth quarter. So let's see what new coach Sean McMonamy has in store here. And they're going to come out with no huddle. And back in to quarterback is Jamarius Courtney, the junior. Started the game and has gone throughout. Now, 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Handoff this time to Ferdine. Cuts back left, breaks a tackle, and a nice gain. Brings the ball up to the 44-yard line, we'll call it. Maybe the 43 for a gain of 4. They're going to call it on the 43, so that'll bring up 2nd and 6 as we look at the tackle by number 50, Deontay Johnson. Their big guy, 235 pounds, and now the handoff again to Ferdine. So 2 running plays in a row. Ferdine finds some room on the right side as he dives for the first down just across the 50-yard line, and he took a big hit there, but he got up no problem. He'll come back to the huddle, and let's look at the replay. So just this time, 2 handoffs to Ferdine as he cuts right around end, no containment for the Knights, and he does keep his balance. He could have gone down before that first down marker, but he stretches for it, and it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 50, 11:05 remaining. 4 wide receivers now from midfield. In at running back for Ferdine is number 32, Max Hero. Courtney, fake handoff, goes right, and he gets taken down, and I don't know if that was supposed to be a fake handoff or not, but he's going to be taken down for a 2, maybe 3-yard loss. Clock continuing to run here in the fourth quarter. And on the tackle for the Knights of Irondale, number 41, that is Tavante Wheeler. Now there's Jamarius Courtney looking to the sideline for the play call. It's taking a while here for the Red Knights. They're down 11, and I think, you know, that might be the new coach, but they've got to move that along, it feels to me, a little faster, and that'll probably come as the season goes. It is just game number 1. There are no preseason games in high school. Now the handoff to Hero, and he takes it, and he bruises to the right side, and a nice gain by Max Hero, the senior, taking advantage of his opportunity while Ferdine is on the sideline, but now Ferdine will come in to replace Hero, but not before Hero does a nice run. And I like that running back. He reminds me of old Bill Brown from the old Vikings in the back in the day. Just a tough, hard-nosed runner there. Gets some precious yards, but it's going to be 3rd and 7 from the 47. Clock stopped with 9:42 to go. Trips left. Single wide receiver right. Fake handoff to Ferdine, and Courtney tries to go up the middle, but that is fooling nobody for the Knights. And that's going to bring up a 4th down as Courtney goes down for a bit of a loss. And now we have an official timeout on the field as they set the clock. And we do have an injured player down for the Knights. That's number 90, Robert Kim. And I didn't see how he's injured. He's face down as they tend to him. Let's see if we can see how he became injured as we watch Courtney, and I don't know about that play call. They saw it coming. As we look over here, number 90 is down already. You can see his teammate, number 35, could see. So I didn't quite see how he went down. Still face down. I wonder if he doesn't have a cramp. Looks like he might have a cramp in that hamstring, unless maybe he tweaked it or pulled it. But, you know, first game, and that looks like a cramp. Oh, maybe not. Could be a knee. Or, yeah, it's hard to say. But he's putting a little bit of weight on it as he gets helped out here. Let's see. There's 90 right there. He's just behind the tackle, and maybe his teammate rolled up on the back there. So that could be an ankle injury. Hopefully that guy is okay.
4th down and 7 for the Red Knights.
But now, more importantly, it's 4th and 7 for the Red Knights. Down 11 with 9:24 to go. Clock stop. Courtney Calling signals, trips left, he looks left, he's got time, goes down the middle of the field, double coverage, and the ball falls to the ground incomplete. It was intended for number 83, Max Hobbs. And now another player hobbled for Irondale as we watch Courtney. Plenty of time, lets that ball go into double coverage, and just, it appeared that number 83, Max Hobbs, could have had a step, but the ball appeared to be a bit underthrown, which allowed the defensive backs for Irondale to come in and break up that play. So now that turns the ball over on downs, and Irondale has great field position here at their own 47, 1st and 10, 9:15 remaining, an 11-point lead. Benilde needs to come up with a turnover or something along that nature. And now they stop Irondale on a short yardage gain. The handoff to number 3, Nasir Hale, the junior running back, 5'9", 175, in on the tackle as almost the ball was taken out. And you got to think the Red Knights are going to try to strip that ball. They need a turnover badly. His clock now is below 9 minutes. Red Knights down 11. And you got to feel any more points by Irondale tonight could spell curtains for the Red Knights in their home opener. Let's see what happens now. And there's the wishbone, and now the pitch to the left side. It's taken by
Caval is the ball carrier.
To Caval. Yeah, it looks like they have a new quarterback. So number 4, I didn't notice that, has come in at quarterback. His name is Jack Wojciak, a sophomore, and he took that and he gave the pitch to Caval. What can't Connor Caval do? Plays running back, he's the punter, he's their special teams tackler, and now he's a running back. One of the best all-around athletes I've seen. Okay, Wozniak, or is that, no, let's see, Wojciak is now calling signals. Caval is not even on the field. I can't believe it. Maybe he's playing center. And there's the quick pass and caught by C.J. Ritchie. And whoa, what a great pass by the sophomore in relief. And another injury, this time C.J. Ritchie slow in getting up. And watch the sophomore deliver, steps right up and delivers a great pass in coverage. Great catch there by C.J. Ritchie as he gets tripped up. And now a first down for the Knights with 8:26 remaining. Their 1st and 10 from the Red Knight 33. And now Caval is back in, but is he the quarterback? Or is he the running back? Nope, Wozniak is in the game at quarterback, the sophomore. And Caval, where is Caval? He's in the backfield, yep. And it doesn't go to him, instead it goes to number 7, who tries to bounce outside, breaks a couple of tackles, and brings the ball over to the 27-yard line. So good misdirection play as that was taken by Jalen Lloyd, the senior 5'9", 165-pound running back. Bounces outside, good block there by number 64. That was Jeremiah Carroll. And then coming up and making the play for the Red Knights, number 15 on the tackle, that was Max Wendt. And now it's 2nd and 4 from the Red Knight 27, 7:30 remaining. Is now in relief at quarterback is Wozniak, but not because that Connor Caval was playing poorly. They just moved him to running back, and he's set back to the left of Wojciak. And I can't believe they're not going to give him the ball, and they don't. They use him as a deception. And again, the handoff goes to number 7, Jalen Lloyd. And he gets a short gain, but that brings up a 3rd and 4. And so the Red Knights need to get a stop here. Now we're below 7 minutes. 3rd and 1 from their own 24. And now coming from the sideline, Jack Wojciak, sophomore quarterback, playing well in relief of Connor Caval, who's number 9 in the backfield. So there's the sophomore talking to his running backs, taking his time. Clock continues to run, 6.5 minutes remaining, quarter number 4. Now Wojciak rolls right, looked like he was gonna pitch it, but keeps it himself, and he is stopped by number 22. That is Luke Fredine. Makes the stop, and that's gonna bring up a 4th down Or are they going to call it a first down? It's going to be close. 4th down. Great stop there by Benilde. And now it's 4th, and we'll call it 1 from the 24. 6 minutes now remaining. Red Knights down 11. Boy, if they ever needed a stop, they need it right now. Got to get that ball back and try to get some points. And I expect that the Irondale Knights are going to take their sweet time here as they try to milk that clock. And now we got a whistle and a timeout taken by Irondale. And that timeout comes with 5:45 remaining. And now we get to look at their schedule coming up. They come out of the Suburban East, and boy, they have some tough games coming up as well. Robbinsdale, Armstrong, Tartan, Spring Lake Park, St. Thomas Academy, always good, at Cretin-Derham Hall. Cretin-Derham Hall, I think, won the state tournament last year, or was runner-up. They've had a resurgence in their football program. I was reading they have an opening weekend game all the way at Chaska, which got some notoriety, at least going into this first Friday night of the 2021 fall football season. And it's certainly nice to be here. Great crowd on hand here for Benilde, the student section, standing the whole game. And if you think about last year in the pandemic, there were hardly any fans, and a truncated season of only 6 games with no playoffs. We went back into a shutdown in November, but this year, no such thing. It feels really back to normal. As now Irondale breaks their huddle on the far sideline, so not enough adjectives I can describe how much this play means to the Red Knights, and boy, do they need a stop, and they need one right here. 3 running backs in the backfield, quick snap, and they got the first down easily with the handoff to number 39, Lucas Shaver. Gets the first down, and that's going to allow them to take more time off the clock. Although right now it's stopped. There's 39, Shaver. And he is a tough guy to bring down. Clock now continues to run as we approach 5 minutes, 30 seconds remaining, 4th quarter. Ball on the 19-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Knights. Substitutions, Caval coming back in. Maybe some confusion there. Number 39, am I in or am I not in? That was Lucas Shaver, just took the ball. Now they break the huddle. And in the backfield is the sophomore in relief, Wojciak, calling signals from the shotgun. Looks left, and they're going to throw it. And they go right to the flag along the goal line, but that ball's way out of bounds, and great coverage. This time supplied by number 30 for the Red Knights. That's James Dunn, the senior, on the coverage. He had plenty of time, did create some space, but that ball was way out of bounds. But still, good defensive coverage there by number 30 for the Red Knights. Again, James Dunn, the senior, on defense. Clock stop now, 5:01. 2nd and 10 from the 19. Still time here if they can get a stop, but boy, Irondale taking their time. Double backfield, 2 wide receivers to the left, and the handoff, and the trick play, and now keeping it is Wojciak, and this time he comes around the sideline, spins and gets out of bounds inside the 10. We'll call it possibly the 5-yard line, and a nice run for a first down by the sophomore quarterback. And again, he showed a good penchant for the fake handoff, kept it, and over pursuing for the Red Knights was number 12, Bennett Hillbrands. He smelled it out, but he overran the play. Wojciak took a nice cut up against inside and rambled it down out of bounds to the 5-yard line, and the clock is stopped with 4:53 to go, and it's 1st and goal for Irondale on the Red Knight 5. And you gotta think that the Red Knights need some sort of miracle. And they've had a couple. There was a fumble on the 1-yard line that kept the Irondale Knights out of the end zone, but okay. Now, under center for the first time I've seen in a long time, Wojciak, and there's an offsides, jumping number 21 for the Red Knights, Antonio Fondren Jr., and that should be half the distance to the goal line. Oh, they're going to call delay a game on the offense. My goodness. That's a strange call. It favors the Red Knights, so they'll take it. But that's going to push him back to the 10-yard line. But boy, delay a game. There's no play clock. It didn't feel inordinately long. Maybe the fact that the quarterback was under center, which you never see in high school football anymore. And I was excited to see that. And let's see if they do it again. Yeah, they do. So they've got trips running backs under center. Wojciak, the sophomore, takes the snap, hands it off, coming to the left side, and good defense there, led by number 2, Will Fratelloni. No gain on the play. The handoff taken by Ralph Nema. And he comes along, and they really strung it out, and there's Fratelloni coming right up there. Looked like the running back got his hand on the face mask, but no flag. So clock continues to run. Now under 4.5 minutes to go. There was a short gain there. So it's now 2nd and goal from the 8. 22-10 is our score. Thought it was 21-10, but it's 22-10. Should be 21-10 is the score. Clock now at 4 minutes. In the shotgun. Quick pass, going to the flag again, and then caught by C.J. Ritchie for the score. What a throw by the sophomore, Wojciak. And he finds C.J. Ritchie, and what a player Ritchie is. And let's see, and boy, he wasted no time. He looked right and just went right left, had single coverage on Stevens, and over the shoulder catch. He's got control. 1 foot in. Touchdown, Irondale. Moves their lead to 27-10. That score coming with 3:54 to go, and this time they get the conversion for the extra point. So with 3 minutes, 54 seconds remaining, and a nice move there by C.J. Ritchie as he came at Stevens and then did a spin move. And he's celebrating with his fellow classmates, it appears, in the corner, and as they should. Great opening game here for Irondale on the road as they now move up 28-10. I'll remind you, it was 7-7 at halftime as Benilde got their 7 points right at the tail end of half number 1. And it promised to be an excellent second half, and it has been. Unfortunately, the score is not going the Red Knights' way. But they are going against a really big and talented Irondale team and should have nothing to be ashamed of. There's a lot of talent on that side of the ball tonight, at least on display. And boy, do they have some big boys over there. One is 295. I'm just going down here as how big Irondale is. 280, 280, 310, 290, 290, 265, 255, 270. I mean, this is like a Division I size team, Irondale. And keep an eye on them to see how they do the rest of the year. But they look like they could be a state tournament team to me, just how big they are and how well they're playing with a very talented quarterback as well. Now on the kickoff. That ball is taken by the Red Knights. And that was number 34, the kicker, usually. Elliot Huther took it, brought it out across the 20 to the 20, we'll say 27-yard line. Clock stopped, 3:47 to go. 1st and 10 now from their own 27. So if you're Benilde, there's still time, and you got to forget about the score. Try to execute an excellent drive. See if they can get some points, and then see where they're at. Got to try to break it down here. And that is Courtney back to pass, and here comes the blitz. He avoids the blitz, now cuts up back in the middle, breaks a tackle, brings the ball across the 32, maybe the 33-yard line. Nice game on an individual effort there by Courtney. You can see the blitz coming right in, and he just ran right by him, showing good reflexive moves there, and then gets taken down. Almost lost the ball there at the tail end, but clock continues to run with 3:23 to go. 2nd and 5, so 5 yards on the play. Line of scrimmage at the 33. 23, no, the 33. Handoff in the backfield and a short gain up the middle. This time the ball's taken by number 22, Luke Fredine. Now 3 minutes and counting, 2:58, 2:57. And now it'll be 3rd and 5, no gain on the play. Courtney and Fredine, they look at their wristbands. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Courtney back to pass, and he tried to just loft it in there to Max Benning, and he wasn't able to hold on to it. He may have heard footsteps there. But I thought Courtney showed good touch there as he eluded the rush, then stepped up in the pocket, just tried to float it in there. And I think that Max Benning saw number 33 right in his eyesight, Owen Lau, and it might have hung him out to dry there, so it's understandable why he wasn't able to hold on to it. Now it's 4th and 3, and it's broken up by number 33 for Irondale on that pass, so that's going to be a turnover on downs. That comes with 2:34 remaining, clock stopped. Now the Knights will have the ball on the Red Knight 34, 1st and 10. As we look at that replay and the beautiful defensive play by Owen Lau. We've called his name quite a few times tonight as well. Clock stopped at 2:34. And overall, not a terrible night for the Red Knights. I thought they played them real tough for about 3 quarters, but just too much firepower, I believe, on Irondale, at least tonight. As we look at Wojciak in the shotgun and the quick handoff up the middle. Goes to number 3, Nasir Hale. Clock continues to run here. We approach 2 minutes remaining. 2nd and 8 from the 32. Obviously, Irondale taking their time. Now we're below 2 minutes, 2nd and 8 from the 32. Can't imagine they're going to throw the ball here this late in the game. And no, the quick dive handoff and quickly met there by the Benilde defense. And the handoff went to number 2. And he is a little shaken up on that play. He took quite a hit.
Officials timeout.
So the officials will take a timeout so they can tend. Let's see who made that hit for the Red Knights. Here's the handoff. Actually, he ran into his own player, actually, is how he got hurt. And yeah, he ran right up on the back of his left tackle there. Number 7 on the handoff, Jalen Lloyd, and now he comes off. And there's been some injuries here tonight. He tries to walk off on his own power. Looks like he might be okay, but that might be the end of his night. So clock now stopped with 1:37 to go, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and 7 from the 31. Irondale breaks the huddle. And you got to think they're just going to be trying to run out the clock here. And now a fumble, and the Red Knights are going to come up with it. That's going to be their 3rd turnover of the night, all on fumbles. But it does conjure the old saying, too little too late here this late in the game with 1:25. Let's see how that fumble happened. Oh, just a miscommunication or a misplay on the handoff, and in to make that play was Antonio Frondren Jr., clearly causing that fumble. So now the Red Knights are back on offense from their own 31, 1st and 10, 1:25 to go here, 4th quarter. Courtney in the backfield, trips left, fakes the handoff, goes to the right side, and there's room on that far side. And with the ball is Huther, the kicker, still stays on his feet, and takes the ball all the way down deep into Irondale territory, and he's pushed out of bounds, but not before he gets across the 25. Are they going to call him out of bounds at about the, or do we have a flag on the play? And they're going to bring it back. I didn't see the preliminary calls. We look at the replay there, but it's going to go for naught. Must be holding, I'm guessing. Block in the back is the call. So that's going to bring it way back. It's usually a 10-yard penalty. So we were at the 31, 1st and 10, and now it's going to bring them all the way back to the 10-yard line. So that might be from the spot of the foul, which is sending him back. In fact, it is from the spot of the foul. So now the clock is running, 1:08, 1:07. It's 1st and 31 from the 10-yard line. Courtney gets the pass out to the near side, and now breaking free is Huther. Same play, excuse me, that's Max Benning on the reception, and now another big game by the Red Knights. And I look at the field, and there are no flags. The clock will stop with 54 seconds remaining. But what a great play. But you got to think that Irondale's playing the prevent defense. And they might have some substitutes in there, getting them game experience. But nice executed play there by Courtney to Max Benning, who had the lone touchdown reception for the Red Knights tonight. Now clock stopped at 54, 1st and 10 from the 43. The play pass on the right flat goes to number 83. That's Max Hobbs, the junior. And he gets a gain of about 10. No, they're going to call it 2nd down from the 36. 2nd and 3 after a gain of 7. Now Courtney back to pass. Off to the flat on the left side. Reception taken in by number 3, Zane Slater, the senior, and he gets brought down, but not before he gets a 1st down. But the clock continues to run as we look at that replay. There's Slater. Breaks 1 tackle, and doesn't escape that 2nd tackle. Now 10 seconds. This should be the final play of the game. 6 seconds remaining. 3rd and 3 from the 36. Will they go to the end zone? Why not? Courtney steps up, goes long. He's got his man Benning for the touchdown to end the game. His 2nd touchdown reception of the evening. And that will just change what the score is, and that's going to make it 28-16, and they will allow them to try the extra point. But a nice ending to what will otherwise be a loss here on their home opener. But some things to be excited about for Benilde football. Their defense is stellar, and their run defense played very well, but Irondale just too much firepower. And are they even going to do the extra point? I don't think they are. So that is going to be our final score. So for Paul Broden, our producer, everyone connected with ParkTV 16 Sports, my name is Robert Christensen. Our final score, Irondale 28, Benilde 16. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you again.